All right, welcome everyone to the Week 13 update and playoff preview. I'm your commissioner, Mike Hampton. As we get ready to go into Thanksgiving, we're also in Week 13, which is the last week of the regular season. Also, don't forget that this is the last week for any kind of trades. Going into next week, we go into the playoffs. You can't trade after that. So if you want to get some trades in, you got to do them now. As I sat down tonight to figure out everybody's playoff projections and enter the new information into my my system, I have a system recording back to everything all the way going back to 2002. For some reason, the last 4 or 5 weeks didn't save, so I don't have any highlights for anybody this week. I did actually sit down and figure out everyone's possible playoff scenario. So I do have that today, and I will share that with you. Actually, as it went, going into last week, we only had 3 teams that were eliminated and 11 other teams that were still in contention. As this week's games played out, nobody was eliminated from competition. We did get 2 teams that earned playoff spots. The 2 teams that earned playoff spots was Mr. Just in Time, congratulations, and the Nowhere Elder Dragons. If you look at the standings, it looks like they can technically be mathematically eliminated, but after actually working the scenarios, they cannot, so they're in. Congratulations. Okay, let's just get right to it. We'll start with the Machismoville division. Currently atop of that division is 20 Minutes with Tebow. And it looks like, with a win, they're in. They're the number 1 seed. And if they lose and Firepower loses, they're still the number 1 seed. The lowest they could fall is the number 2 seed, and that is with a loss and a Firepower win. Next, going to Firepower. They can claim the number 1 seed, like I just kind of mentioned, with a win and a Tebow loss. They can get the number 2 seed with a win and a Tebow win, or a loss and a just-in-time loss. The lowest they can fall is the number 3 seed with a loss and a just-in-time win. So, there you go. Our new entrant into the playoffs, Mr. Just-in-Time, they can go anywhere between a 2 and a 4 seed. 2 seed with a win and a Firepower loss. They can get a number 3 seed with a win and a Firepower win, or a loss and a Hook and Slicer loss. Or they can drop to the 4 seed with a loss and a Hook and Slicer win. Next, Hook and Slicers. They're kind of sitting on the edge there. They can get as high as a 3rd seed with a win and a just-in-time loss. There are several scenarios involving teams that are actually outside of the scenario, outside of the playoff picture at the moment. Bubble teams where they end up in the 4th seed. And they're pretty too numerous to mention. But basically, the only scenario where the Slicers can fall out is if they lose and both Peteyville Pirates and Trailer Trash Touchdown win. Then they would be eliminated. Down to our bubble teams in the Machismoville division. Peteyville Pirates. They can still earn a playoff spot. They can still earn the 4th seed. Woo! With a win and a Slicer loss. That's basically what it comes down to. That's your only shot. And then Trailer Trash Touchdown. They got a nice win this week. I did want to commend them for that. They were one team that 11. They did what 11 other teams could not do, rather, and that was beat Leland Lizards. I did want to give you, Carissa, a big congrats to that, and basically tell Leland that you play ball like a girl. But so congratulations. I told you the history was on your side, so. All right. Anyway, Triple T, what is your playoff scenario? You could still claim the 4th playoff seed with a win this week, and both the Slicers and the Pirates losing. So you can still get in. Going over to the Maniacs division. This one's a little more cut and dry. Leading Lizards, again, currently sitting at 11-1. They are the number 1 seed, win or lose. So they can just phone it in. And actually the same thing goes for the number 2 seed with Sons of Thunder. They have the number 2 seed, win or loss. Next, Nowhere Elder Dragons. Again, this is one of those things where it looks like on paper they might be able to be eliminated. After running all the scenarios, they actually cannot. So they're in the playoffs. Congratulations. They can claim the number 3 seed with a win or a number of losing scenarios. The only time they could fall to the 4th seed is with a loss, and then both the Silver Bullets and the Burger Kings winning. Next to my Hambone Burger Kings. This one I'm, sitting kind of close to the outside there. Currently sitting on the 4th seed. I can climb to the 3rd with a win and a Dragon loss. I can sit on the 4th seed with a win and a Dragon win, loss and a Bullets loss. Or I could actually be knocked out with a loss and a Silver Bullet win. And that takes us to the Silver Bullets. Currently, basically they're on the outside looking in unless they win and my Burger Kings lose. Then they would claim the 4th seed in the Maniac division. So that's where we're at. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call. One thing I'll say about our new format this year, where everybody played everybody once, the tiebreakers didn't have to go any further than the head-to-head battle, which is nice, because in past years I've had to figure out what else besides the head-to-head. I mean, it went to like division records, and then it went to points scored and common opponents and stuff like that, and it was a much harder job. So this was something I really did like a lot. And then also going forward, and we can actually talk about this a little bit more next week, but as we get into the playoffs and then into the postseason, we'll talk more about any specific rule changes. If you have any suggestions, you can please pass those along to me. That'd be great. And then we can look to make even next season a little better than this year. All right. Well, congratulations to all those who got in, and good luck to all those who can still try to get in. And see you next week. All right. Have a good one. Bye.